All right, everybody, welcome on in. Hello, you are watching Hypocritic GG streaming live on Twitch and YouTube. I'm Lou, some call me Cheat Speak. We're getting back into the Dredge action tonight. Demanded by few, expected by even fewer. Here we are once again, and we're happy to do it. We're gonna have some fun with Dredge once again. We enjoyed it last time. We're gonna enjoy it again some more this time. I suspect with some fun announcements and such in tow. So you tuned in on a good night if you like learning about stuff we're gonna do. So come on in, nice to see you. How we doing? I'm Lou, some call me Cheat Speak. I don't know if I said that already, but you're gonna learn today, and we're gonna get this moving here. So let's crank up the volume, since that's kind of important to do, and let's have at it. So like we said, there's going to be announcements. There's going to be all sorts of fun stuff throughout the night as we unveil some cool new things we've been working on and are almost ready to unveil. We're going to be talking about some of our PAX East plans, which is going to be very fun, and we're going to have more secret stuff coming as the night progresses. Exclamation point, color, any color, pick a color. We're going to demonstrate that right now if you're not familiar in the chat for the lights behind us. Boom, now we're blue. It can be more or less whatever you want. Many colors are supported. You can also exclamation point D20 to make us roll some dice, as the dice cam always makes its return. We love when it's around, and all sorts of goodies appear on the screen as you might expect. All right, enough chit chat. We're going to get into some of the announcements. We're going to talk about all of the cool stuff that we have coming up over the next couple of weeks, including some of what to expect from PAX East 2026 and our presence there this year. It is next week somehow. This time next week, we will be in the throes of PAX, which is absolutely bonkers, and maybe we're ready, maybe we're not. So let's get back into Dredge before we get too far into the existential crisis. So, spoiler alert before we get started here, I don't remember a damn thing about where we were or what we were in the middle of, so I feel like a little bit of a primer is going to be required here. So, we've got books that we completed, we've got cargo of all sorts, we've got messages in a bottle, which I think we read in a fun accent last time. That's always fun. We've got storage, surely we have some types of objectives. We have our shipwrights, we have fish. I imagine there were fish. We've been researching things. All right, we got a lot to catch up on. That's good. That's good. We like having lots to catch up on. Now the key bit here is going to be, do I remember how any of this works? do. Items left here will be lost. That's not good. All right, we got Gulf Flounder. It's fine by me. I remember... Let's think about objectives. Pursuits. Catch a tiger mackerel, search for relics. Gale Cliffs, Stellar Basin, Twisted Strand, Devil's Spine, sure. Find the family crest in Gale Cliffs. So that's most likely where we're going to want to orient ourselves. So the Gale Cliffs are over yonder. Not what I had in mind. All right, so we just have to go southeast. Ish, maybe. How's that look? Map. Yeah, it's pretty good. To the Gale Cliffs we go. Oh, but some shiny stuff. Let's see this here shiny stuff. Trophy caught. That's a mackerel. We need tiger mackerel. That's okay. Miggy mackerel. We're in the McElroy family clubhouse. If you know, you know. I can boost. I have light. I don't have boost, but I have light. Yes, of course. As one expected. Can we dock over there by night? I hope so. More mackerel. I guess we're just gonna... It's a mackerel kind of day. What was boost? I don't have boost, I have light. That's right. I said that already. We have business in Gale Cliffs. That's exactly where we're gonna go this fine evening. How y'all doing? Nice to see you. It's not our usual night. We've had a busy week with Riftbound reveals and some marketing fun for that one. We'll be talking about that and how it hooks into our glorious PAX East plans, because of course it does. And we've returned, have we not? Indeed. So we just need to find the family. Some creature took it into the cliffs, the family crest. Fair enough. The hooks. All right, so maybe don't just drive directly into the water spout. I guess that's lesson number one. Can you tell it's been a while? That doesn't sound good. But we got something. It's getting a little spooky. Oh, Jesus. I can dock somewhere, right? Don't drive into the water spout. Understood. Oh, big sparkly stuff. You look like nice boats. Oh, where's the village? Here's the village. I can dock here, yes? Kind of screwed if I can't. Yes, indeed. Okay. No stress. Hello again. How do I clear the debris? You probably need some explosives. My brother at Ingfell used to make explosives. For the whaling operations, you see. Nasty stuff. But with the whales all gone, can't imagine he's still in business. So maybe Ingfell? You were going to keep an eye out for my family crest. It was dragged into the tunnels by that creature. It patrols the passageways of the cliffs, but its lair is somewhere toward the center by the large waterfall. Okay. He did mark it? Yeah, something like that. Okay, so we can explore that in the morning. That sounds reasonable. We're a little bit damaged, and we can sell the fish when we get back, most likely. Is that our plan here? Is that the plan? I believe it is. Good sleep. Back to the disturbed waters. A pile of loose debris. Clearing this would take some strong explosives, so we may have to go to Ingfell after all. Find ourselves some explosives. Unless we can somehow navigate through on our own. Perhaps. Vinny with the super chat. Is that a $10 donation in the super chat? You are way too generous, Vinny. We gotta have a discussion about this. Oi, governor, you may be back, but can't park your boat there, mate. Don't tell me where I can and cannot park my boat. We are experts in this nonsense, and you know that from deep friends from a long time. And there's my helicopter to pick me up. We got a D20 coming in as well. We'll take a brief respite here and head over to the dice cam to give us our first roll of the night. Well, bam. That is, of course, that's off screen. That's an 18. Hold that T-pose. Well, I'm not getting up because my legs are sore because all I've been doing is exercising. However, you'll get a D100 of me just holding my arms out in a T-pose for 60 seconds. We got a full minute of this. Wow. All right, well, and that's also game time that we're using here, too. So 1 full minute. I got to take a sip of my choice beverage here first if we're going to do this. This is going to be something. All right, 60 seconds of the T-pose. Vinny asked for this, and go. More like this. Is this what you wanted? Is this the life you sought for yourself? Do you crave the satisfaction? Are you happy now? Does this make you feel good? Just making a 30-something-year-old man hold his arms out on the internet. Do I amuse you? I bet that's exactly what you wanted to roll. Haha, look at that T-pose go. He's got to hold his arms. He's doing weights again. This is going to hurt extra bad, and I knew that. Wonderful. The Prometheus of our time comes once again to bear witness. And that's time. You just got a vamp for that solid minute. It's pretty good. I made the wrong choices in life. Or did you make the right ones? It's hard to say. All right, well, that killed some time in game, too, it looks like. So that's on you. But we're gonna keep it going here. I want to get around the island, right? Because there's goodies elsewhere around it, right? Oh, we got to go all the way around. See where those X's are marked. This might take more time than we have. Pinch your fingers makes the nerves focus there. Does it really? Well, it kind of does. Interesting. Tidbits and tips. Vinny's tidbits. Why shake? Or is it just water spout? Ooh. Hello. very dramatic. What did I get? Pirate flag. Did I get attacked while we were doing this? I did. I didn't even see that happen. A T-pose and a subtle sabotage. You did get a 2-for-1. Aren't you proud of yourself? So wait, how did I get attacked in the middle of the day? Just by dredging randomly? I got a fish I can't keep. Oh, and I lost so much space. Oh, God. All right, so I don't think we even made it to where we needed to go, did we? No, not really, but we gotta hightail it. Because we are harmed. And it is dark. There's another glowy bit, but I can't get it right now. Because I'm gonna die. Oh, I'm really gonna die. I don't have the explosives for this. Oh. Moment of silence. Where's the trumpets? I'll drink to that. That is unfortunate. We went through all of that. Well, it's not far away. We got attacked by God knows what in the briny deep, survived it, and then grazing our hull on a rock was enough to spiral into oblivion. That's the dredge difference, I suppose. Who's to say, really? Tap the wall, ship just explode. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely something afoot. Oh, and it gave us a proper good licking there. It did not like that we were hanging out with it. He really munched on us too. I didn't like that at all, I don't think. All right, so he really doesn't want us finding this family crest, does he? And I don't think I'm going to be able to unless I find those explosives, right? Because I'm about where I need to be with the spooky music. Well, now I'm so battered, if I bump the hull again, I'm definitely dying. Although the penalty for death was not nearly as dramatic as I expected, so maybe that's okay. There's a shipwreck under there, I can see that. Can I get into it this way? Map is M. I keep going into the menu, but I can try. That works. That same little fella is what hit the little fella? Lil fella really doesn't want me over there, does he? Okay, lessons learned. So he's just gonna attack me regardless as I plumb those depths. Is that what I'm anticipating here? Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Explosives might be the way forward here. I'm not turning around. I'm not looking back. You can't make me. Goodbye, Mr. Sir. We're in over our... Okay. You ever drive that close to a water spout and just not worry about it? Is he still tailing us? Oh, God. Sir. Okay, the worst of it is over. So he said, where did he say his his friend used to be? Doesn't really say. One of these random points. Yeah, no. So we may have to brave that without the goods. I just don't want to churn over it endlessly. Oceanic perch. Fill up the spots in our boat. That's nice. Well, let's head back. Let's dump out some of these fish, and then we'll see what's up. Oh, so I can equip. I have lights, crab pot, haste. That's the boost. Stressing the engines out. Hey, Jim, I can't push it any faster. Well, maybe at the end of this day, we can start revealing some of the fun secrets and things that we've been promising for tonight. Let me take another sip of my beverage. I know what you're thinking. Lou, how dare you be drinking Guinness? I thought you didn't drink alcohol during the week. Well, first of all, mind your business. How did you learn that fun fact? Second of all, I've been on kind of a non-alcoholic beer kick again recently. And my favorite thing in the world, fun fact, this stream not sponsored by, I just love it anyway, Guinness Zero is... I mean, you know, you may have different thoughts on non-alcoholic beer, but I've definitely been vibing with it lately. And what's been so great is something like Guinness Zero. It is like 90% of the taste of actual Guinness with so much less, you know, so many fewer calories, so much, you know, it's got fewer carbs, it's non-alcoholic, it's great. I'm very, very happy about it. All right, so sell all fish. We'll get 89 bucks for them. It's pretty good. And then we will get to the shipwright, yeah, and repair. It's a good fix. Okay. All the taste, none of the regret. Pretty much. It's so great. Now, I don't have them often, you know, but at a dinner, you know, if I'm out at dinner and I don't want to drink, or it's during the week, had a really hard day, instead of crack it open, you know, any beer, non-alcoholic is a decent way to go if I'm going to do something at all. Something like this now with, you know, Thursday night, I work from home, tomorrow, it makes a little more sense. So, you know, it's not something I'm knocking back every day, but it's a nice alternative. And that industry has been growing while the alcohol industry in general has been shrinking for a reason, and that's kind of fun. All right, so I promised you some reveals and some fun things. Do you want to hear about PAX first, or do you want to hear the fun channel announcement? Let's do the channel announcement first while we're hanging out here. So it's not often that we get to reveal brand new series of content here on the channel, but we're going to do it tonight anyway with the first new structured kind of video type that we've done in some time. Drum roll, please. It's called Indie Focus. So it's a new series of shorts on our channel that are all about cool indie games. So we take 60 or 90 seconds a piece and we walk through and focus on, that's the title, a specific indie game or you know, ones that are coming up, ones that have just been released, ones that are maybe a little older, that we have either discovered recently or think are really, really cool, and that you should know more about. So that's what Indie Focus is going to be focused on. The puns write themselves. The jokes are fantastic. So if all goes well, the first one will roll out tomorrow here on the channel. Or if you're watching this as a VOD, you're probably already watching one, if not multiple, out on the YouTube, so that's really nice. So that's announcement number one for tonight, a brand new series of videos on Hypocritic GG, Indie Focus, a YouTube short series about cool indie games that we come across and we think you should know too. So that's very, very fun. Where that came up from was in part, you know, I realized recently that I want to say maybe the last 10, 15, 20 shorts on the channel are all Riftbound oriented, which I think is really good. And that's a way for us to keep Riftbound content up and current without flooding the channel too much with it, since we focus on a lot of different things. But we should have more, you know, game-focused content in the shorts column as well. So this was a good way to kind of check that box and give more of a focus on the indie game scene that we've said, you know, throughout the year that we wanted to do anyway. So that's all very exciting. We're pumped for it, and we hope that it's something you vibe with as well. So that's announcement number one. We're going to get into some of what PAX is going to look like this year. We wore the shirt very consciously here today. So more to come on that as the night progresses. Which way? The cliffs were back this way? Yeah, so we might have to just go find that family crest and brave Mr. Beatty. And we are going the right way. It's the morose, melancholy music, too, for the announcement in the background, which I think is really funny. It's a happy thing. We're proud of it. But, you know. So what happens if you overheat it? You also just die? You look like a big boy. Come back. Show yourselves. You don't have the right equipment for this spot. Whatever. I didn't even want your opinion on it. I do want to dock before we do this, though, because if I die, and that's likely, we want to be able to load a save. We got announcement. Music is gut-wrenching. We're, you know, everyone's got their Oscar in any bait. That's ours. You just want to make it a very emotional announcement. Like, this was my Uncle Fester's final quest. Got to honor those that came before, you know? All right, so we're here. We're going to give this another go while we rest here. We'll take another sippy sip. Hey. Beep, 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 beep. It's all very spooky indeed. At least you don't... I thought for some reason you burned fuel faster if you were doing this, but no. Nah, fam. So if I do this, is our friend gonna come knocking? Does he show up more dynamically than that? I don't know. I kind of don't want to find out. So we did have access... Oh, okay. Yeah, duly noted. Oh, God. I don't think I could take another hit like that, right? Yeah, boat is harm. So we got to get in there and try to take what lies within before he has more to say about it. That's a long boy. You ever try to stealthily move a boat up on something? Because that's about where we are with this. This looks important. Family crest, indeed it is. Let's get the hell out of here. If he finds us again, the steer will fly up. I'm toast. That looks important. Message in a bottle. All right, go us. We made it out alive. Crest in hand, we report back to the hermit. Is this your family crest? You found it! Never thought I'd see this beauty again. But now, I have a further... You greedy! Everyone's so greedy around here. Would you take this to my brother at Ingfell? Tell him his brother is sorry and would like to come home. Wow. Where is Ingfell? The old whaler at Ingfell. I don't even know where that is. It's not on the map. Do I just have to explore around and find it? Maybe that's true. Maybe that's what's going to happen here. Alright, what I'd like to do is get back to the lighthouse so we can heal the boat. And we're going to kind of risk it a bit, right? Because if we get hit again, we go back to the start of the day. And we're in just chaotic open waters here. We just watch our panic meter and everything will be fine. Everything is fine. Nothing is suspicious. Everything is fine. Nothing is suspicious. Definitely not suspicious. Foghorn Leghorn out here. Everything is fine. Everything is good. See, we're totally fine. There's squids and stuff. Brood squid. Tentacles sprout from a glowing core inside a gelatinous sac. Other cores lay dormant. Yuck. I like the physics. You just like slam on the brakes and immediately stop. The mayor appears in front of you on the dock at 1 a.m. Oh, this can't be good. His face swims before your eyes and his words blur with the waves crashing around you. Are okay? If sea fog shapes rest, careful nightmares. You stumble past him into town. Oh, so we were pushing it, yeah. Ah. So that was good. So that can go to storage. We'll figure that out at some point. So I can sell the rest. Rot. Oh. Discard the rot. It sat for too long. And now we can rest. Nicely done, us. Okay. What other objectives do we have? Search for relics. Gale Cliffs, Stellar Basin, Twisted Strand, Devil's... Okay, so the music box, at some point, we probably passed by it. So we have to kind of tour every area on the map and try to find these magical things, don't we? Okay. Catch a tiger mackerel. It all seems reasonable. All right, well, we're all healed up. Let's get back out there. So we just kind of scavenge the four corners here. Find whatever it is we're going to find. Like you can just rev up those fryers. If nightmare, why friend shape? That's what I ask all the time. It doesn't make any sense. All right, so we're going to Twisted Strand right now. Reasonable. Get me to the Strand on time. A lot of trees up yonder. I fear the worst. Alas. Poor Yorick. I knew him, Uncle Jim. Oh, very foggy. Very foggy indeed. Is there a dock point here? There is. That's good. Ahoy there! You're a new face, a fisherman, I take it. Perfect. Well, we should get along like a house on fire. Ha ha! I'm a traveler and a merchant all rolled into one. If you have any fish to sell, I'll take them on board and sell them at the next town I come across. I haul a small cargo of equipment between places. You're welcome to peruse the stock. See if anything takes your fancy so we can trade. Okay, rods and such. Engines. We've got nice engines. Basic trawl net. Lights. It's nothing interesting. Refine a solid sheet of rust-free metal. This could be used to seriously improve any vessel. Really. Interesting. Okay, well that's nice to know, anyway. A photographer. She's loaded up with fancy camera equipment to take pictures of all the wildlife. Setting up on a small island to the south of the Marrows. Check in on her. Okay, well. We've got some stuff to do, because we were going to try to find that object. Oh, boy. Spooky, spooky indeed. Why creaking? Why creaking? Hello? Oh, it's under the water. Oh, it's under the water. Not a fan. Not a fan. I'll be willing to experiment after docking and napping. The trees are speaking Cthulhu-is. Yes, indeed. All right, so we're going to rest there, and I'm actually going to take a quick break here for just a couple of minutes. It's going to be a shorter stream tonight. If we even hit the 2-hour mark, that's going to be a lot. Florid! Mrs. Puff? Okay, Florid! It's pretty much the vibe. All right, so we're gonna take a quick break here. Like I said, we may not necessarily hit the 2-hour mark tonight, but we're gonna show up and show out for you anyway. When we get back, we're gonna remind you of the new series coming, as well as get a little more detailed on what PAX is gonna look like for us this year, PAX East specifically, since that is less than a week away, if you can believe it. We'll have a lot to talk about. So, you're watching Hypocritic GG, streaming live on Twitch and YouTube. I'm Lou, some call me Cheat Speak. We'll have more Dredge for you in just a couple of minutes, so don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Oh, hey everybody, you're back. I'm back. We're back together. How beautiful. You're watching Hypocritic GG, streaming live on Twitch and YouTube. I'm Lou, some call me Cheat Speak, and we are back with the second half of the stream tonight, dredging up more spooks and goofs and whatever the hell I put as the title. It's more Dredge. We all know this. We all want this, right? This is what you asked for at some point. The volume gang comment too. Sometimes we get this production stuff right. Sometimes your boy's a little sleepy, and it's a little bit harder. So I want to remind you of what we've been announcing here tonight, dig a little more into the hot topic upcoming, which is PAX East, and what the channel's got going on over the next couple of weeks. So, in case you missed it earlier in the stream, boom, big reveal. There's a brand new series of videos coming to Hypocritic GG as soon as tomorrow, Indie Focus. It's a new shorts series about cool indie games that we come across, ones in recent years, ones that are brand new, ones that are coming out soon. and entirely YouTube Shorts oriented, so 60 to 90 seconds a piece. Again, very bite-sized like the rest of our content usually is. And all, each individual episode of it will be focused around one indie game in particular. And again, those that we find particularly cool or noteworthy or unique, worth talking about in some way, shape, or form. So that's Indie Focus. Happy to be doing it. And again, kind of gives us some diversification in the Shorts content, so it's not just Riftbound that we're, posting shorts about all the time. So that'll be some good extra content for you. Hope you enjoy it, and we'll see how it all does. So on top of that, we got to talk about PAX East and what's coming up on the channel here. So we're just going to leave the menu up to discuss. It's PAX next week. I can't believe we're already on PAX East. You may have noticed, or maybe not, that we didn't do a road to PAX East this year like we usually do, the road to whatever big convention we're going to. And kind of by design, kind of not. I mean, was, thinking about the usual sort of road to stuff that we would do. It's been, had a lot going on. So we just kind of didn't have the opportunity to rev that all up like usual. But we're going to have a nice smorgasbord of content next week, as we usually do from these shows. So a little preview. As you might expect, there's going to be Riftbound. It's kind of a mainstay for the channel in some ways now, and that's definitely not stopping, given that we are in the midst of preview season for Riftbound Unleashed. Given that Riot and UVS will have a major presence there, obviously we're going to be crossing paths with them. Exactly what form that's going to take, you're going to have to wait and see. Can't tell you too much at this point, but know that there will be Riftbound content coming if that's your bag. But PAX East is also about video games, and so of course there's going to be some video game stuff going on, as there usually is. So our usual slate of interesting developer previews and interviews and taking a look at interesting games on the show floor. Everything from the PAX Rising showcase to maybe, slipping in and discussing with some of the bigger developers that are there. Nintendo returning to PAX East for the first time in 3 years. That was a big kind of marquee announcement. And of course, we'll do our patented show floor tours that we've done, at things like PAX Unplugged that have been such a huge hit, at things like the Riftbound regional tournaments and things like that. So we're probably going to break it down into two parts this time around. We will do a walkthrough of just the PAX East show floor itself, and then we'll also have a walkthrough of the rest of PAX. So, so the panel rooms and the, arcade and the Jackbox stage and all the other stuff around the show that make PAX what it is beyond just the expo hall and the show floor itself. So again, those tend to do really, really well. People like to, kind of pick themselves out and see if, we walk by them as we do it. So if you're there throughout the weekend, maybe you'll see us running around, wave hi to the camera, because you will probably make it into the walkthroughs. So that'll all be a lot of fun. And as usual, we're expecting a pretty exciting and action-packed show. They are very long days for us there. It's a very long weekend, and we are just excited to do it, despite my yawning. Oh my goodness. Sleepy boy. I think we also put in for, now we haven't heard back yet, but it's very possible that we end up doing yet another charity stream from the LANFest charity stream zone in cooperation with those fine folks. I was just going to double check my email here to make sure that we did or did not receive anything from them yet. And I don't know when we started planning that previously, so we shall see what that looks like. It looks like that didn't come through until a little bit before PAX West and some of the other times we've done that. So PAX West was what? September... right through to September 1st, and we got that approved August 27th. Okay, so we'll probably figure that out next week if it's going to happen at all. So lots to look forward to, as is often the case, and we're gonna be really excited about it. So there's a lot of PAX. There's always a lot of PAX for us. That's always been the case. That's seemingly never gonna change, and it's gonna be fun. All right, so we'll figure out the LANFest stuff, and hopefully that falls into place next week. That's always fun too. We've had great success, and thanks to everyone in the community who has been incredibly overly generous. I think to date we've raised over $1,000 across all of our charity streams at PAX. which is unbelievable. And that has benefited both Landfest directly and Child's Play. We're always very grateful for that. Vinny's got a comment here. I was about to say, where the road to PAX East, oddly enough, didn't even realize it's that time of year already. It's kind of sneaking up on us, too. I think it's a little different because PAX East last year was really late comparatively. It was kind of, I think, the middle of May. And here it's kind of back to its mid to late March timeframe that it usually is or has been recently. So, Love Me Landfest. We love them, too. They are such kind and generous and hardworking folks. Every time we cross paths with them, you know, we've met their founders, we've met a lot of their executives that run the things, and it is excellent. They're a great time. They're very passionate about it, and we love working with them. So as long as they'll have us back, we'll continue to raise money for them and the charities that mean the most to us, you know, tangential to the gaming industry. You want more Dredge, don't you? I've been talking at you plenty. So maybe let's do that. Let's get some music back up, and then we will... Whoa, audio! with like a gross, lumbering sea shanty, no less. Alright, so let's explore out in here now that we are safe from most troubles. Oh, there's shrooms and stuff. What is this place? Oh, I got something just like that. Oh, we're damaged. Oh, jeez. Did I let the engine go for too long? Probably. What is that thing? Mortar barrel. Is that just a straight up a rocket launcher? Absolutely. Metal scraps. Took that long to haul up, and for what? Can I fix the boat at this person at the dock? That will be horrifically inconvenient if I cannot. Am I going the right way? Yes. Hey, rickety pontoon, talk to me. If I have to go this slowly all the way back to the lighthouse, that is going to suck eggs. Going dock shipyard. I can. I don't have a limitless supply of repair materials. I know. Okay, that was helpful at least. So I was looking for what in particular here? The necklace and twisted strand. Love me lightning. So I can just kind of cruise by it. Very, I got a little chill off of that one. Very spooky. Now we're just sort of aimlessly wandering at this point. Would the mushrooms hurt? I imagine they would. I'm not eager to test that theory. Oh, good. Lumber. I mean, probably has some value, right? I have to imagine that's some kind of trap, right? I go underneath it and it's just gonna claw me down to size, yeah? Oh! Okay. Not good. Oh, not good. Very bad. I see the eyeball. Where the hell am I? So we want to go this way and out. Lest the spooks begin. And they have. Yeah, we want to just head this way. Not this way. What convenient circular traps we're in. The pathways give way. Love me lights going out. Is this the dock? Yes, it is. Okay, we're safe. Panic. Panic ensues. It really does. We rest immediately. So we're still looking for that that necklace around here, huh? What is that thing? At least it's not chasing me around. There's some solace in that, right? Never have the right... I assume it's going to be one of those golden, sparkly objectives. Well, it's very atmospheric, but we all knew that. A tarpon? Hold on, I gotta put my tarp on. This is an FBC fire break. Hi, Fort. That's very astute of you. How you doing? No, but I saw what you posted in the Discord about them basically just kind of leaving it functional, but no new content. It's been a good run, I guess. Where are you supposed to be? A crooked boulder with a small, simple platform at its base. The twisted shape of a deformed fish is barely recognizable, carved into the rock face. So it wants something I assume I don't have. Boy, got me a little tarpon for a coupon. That's right. Swing Life Away 92. Just subscribed on YouTube. Well, thank you so much for that sub. We appreciate the support. And if, you know, if you're gonna do something to, you know, life away, might as well swing about it. I understand the tendency. Yeah, it has been a minute for it. Yeah, no, we've been busy. We've been cranking on stuff. We had the Riftbound Unleashed reveal come our way thanks to Riot. If you saw that short, we got to unveil Diana's signature spell, Moonfall, which is a big get, and we were very grateful to them for feeding us that one, so that's very cool. And now we're, of course, pair bonded with Moonfall, so I have to play Diana when the new set comes out. That's just the rule. You have to... The stuff you pull and the stuff you preview, you're like bonded to, and that's just... I don't make the rules, that's just how TCGs work. Just gotta get back to the dock here before it's too late. Safe. Yeah, but it's good. We were talking about some of the fun stuff that we have coming up, you know, for PAX and some new things we're rolling out on the channel. If you weren't here for those announcements, we'll give them to you one more time with the lumbering sea shanty music in the background as we rest. So, as this goes, let's catch you up on some announcements, which everyone should hear again anyway. Very quickly, there's a new content series coming to the channel. It's called Indie Focus. Boom, there's the ad for it. It's YouTube shorts, so 60 to 90 seconds on particular indie games that we find cool or interesting, you know, already released, freshly released, soon to be released. First one comes out as soon as tomorrow, and hopefully everybody likes it. It's just a way to kind of diversify our shorts feed so it's not entirely Riftbound and gives more indie focus. That's literally the name of the series. So that's a fun thing we're going to start working on, and that's going to be really cool. PAX East is coming, so that's literally next week, which has snuck up on us like crazy. Lots of cool stuff we're going to be showing you. We already have a couple of games earmarked that I think will be fun to see. We will, of course, have Riftbound stuff. You might expect some Riftbound Unleashed things. We'll see exactly what that looks like next week. And then, in between now and then, like I said, we're going to do our first indie focus, I think. If I can crank out one more kind of retro review before PAX starts, we will. And we'll see where we go from there. I would love to drop another episode of the podcast also, but there's only one of me. So we'll see what we can do. So those are the big announcements for the most part. Still have not found any necklace that I can sell my fish. Move stuff to storage. Oh, your boy says hey. We have a lot. Next week is going to be busy, which is good. I think we're very excited for it. PAX East is, of course, one of the highlights of our year, and it's always one of our favorite weekends of the year. So hope you're on board for that. It'll be very, very fun. We're also, I think, in the final stages of confirming whether we'll be participating in the LandFest charity stream zone again, which we've had great success with over the past couple of times we've done it. We love the folks at LandFest. They are super passionate, super dedicated, and very nice to have us on as repeat guests. I think to date, we've raised over $1,000 across the 2 or 3 charity streams that we've done with them. I don't know what is hissing, and I don't want to find out. So that's very cool, and we'll see how that shakes out for this year. So yeah, lots to look forward to, so get excited if you're watching this and not subbed to the channel. Wow. A serpent flag. Please consider doing so. Lots of cool stuff coming up. As we dredge here. So we had dredged previously. I think this is episode 2. Just kind of picking up where we left off, and honestly, candidly, not making a whole lot of progress. I don't think. Trying to find these trinkets all across the 4 corners of the map, and it's just, it's going questionably. I miss LAN parties. You and me both. Those were just the bee's knees, weren't they? Halo 2. Metal scraps. I could have told you that much. It's disturbed water. What am I supposed to do with it? How are you doing, Fort? How are we all doing out there? Staying safe, staying well, I hope. Living your lives to the best of your ability. You'll love to see it. And it's already late, but we're already here. So that's fine. Squid, let's wait till dark. I want to get some of these weird, goofy, gooey ones. There we go. Host eel. Whoa. Numerous glowing shapes flicker and squirm behind a distended rib cage. The rest of the fish is withered and drained. Gross. Apt name, though. Gotta get your weird, disturbing fish every once in a while. That's what Dredge is about, no? Doing well. Couldn't afford a trip to PAX, so now trying to plan a trip to Vegas. Oh, man. Well, double-edged sword there, because A, sad, no PAX East for you, but B, Vegas, very happy. It's one of my favorite places to go. We sell, we send to storage, world spins madly on. We were just out in Vegas last month, you know that, at the Vegas regional qualifiers for Riftbound. And, spoiler alert, we will in all likelihood, I mean, obviously we've been putting a bit of a focus on the Riftbound regional stuff lately since it kicked off in the Americas. In all likelihood, we'll be going to multiple additional Riftbound regionals this year. So if you like that sort of content and you like us being able to kind of go hands-on with the Riot creatives and execs who run Riftbound and, you know, kind of get immersed in the tournament scene and do a lot of that experiential stuff on site, there will be a lot more of that. Ideally coming in the rest of the year. No firm, definitive plans in place, but would not be surprised if there was a fair bit more of that to come. But we got PAX East first, and that's gonna be quite busy. You guys really are really bound to that Rift. We are, and you know what? But see, that's one of the things that's so interesting about it. In that, you know, it wasn't intentional on our part necessarily, where, you know, this was a very planned out thing. It will have been about a year ago at PAX East 25 that we first crossed paths with Riftbound, and it came our way just kind of like any other, you know, game opportunity does, as a press email in our inbox through the press and media list that PAX gives out to attendees and vendors. So we hopped on it. You know, it sounded cool, thought it was interesting. Obviously, Teresa is very immersed in the Riot world, and one thing led to another, and now we are somehow a definitive source for Riftbound news and information at events like these. So you really never know what you're going to kind of come across and how your endeavors and pursuits will be shaped across time. But, you know, the fun part about it is you stay open to those kinds of things. And it was never, you know, it wasn't intentionally on our radar to start, but man, has it been, what a great, you know, experience it's been for us. And clearly the reach has expanded past, you know, anything that we thought possible. And it continues to grow. So we are just thrilled about it. And had we not been open to the opportunity, then none of that would have happened. So, oh, I see tentacles. Oh no. Big time Kraken. No, did not like, did not enjoy. Make it stop. No. Oh God. That really freaked me out. We had our jump scare anyway. Oh God, it might not have shown, but I had like a full-on like blood pressure spike. It runs down your spine. Oh Jesus, this wasn't it just directly into my frontal lobe. Well, that's unfortunate. I don't even know where we were. Damn. Rumor has it that Sari hasn't been on the channel because she got lost in a winning streak in League. We actually, you know what, too? We've been playing like a ton of TFT lately, Teamfight Tactics, ahead of the anticipation that we may broaden our Riot coverage and our focus into some light to not so light TFT engagement as well. And we've been heads down in that, and I've been trying to rank up and not be bad. Card rate in quadruple digits. I'm actively dead as we speak. I have deceased. It's over. Pal bounded all over the rifts. It really has just been so interesting growing into this role as some kind of notable creators in that space. I mean, we're kind of at the point now where we went to the second regionals in Vegas. We saw a lot of familiar faces. We were identified, and people actually kind of came up to us separately. I had a few people come up to me and be like, "Hey, are you Hypocritic? We saw your show floor post. We saw your walkthrough. We saw your interview with Chengren, all these things. So it is it's a little weird getting to that point where you have some degree of recognizability in a space. Oh, we got a bot. Get out of here, bot. False. False bots. Begine, bot, begine. Yeah, it's been great fun, and I mean, it's been a really unique arc through time doing this sort of stuff too, because, you know, we get in, you know, we had such early access to Spirit Forge with a lot of the pre-riff stuff from Houston, so we, you know, had quite a bit of lead time to create content and kind of build some thoughts around that set. The full review on Spirit Forge that we did with, you know, again, we were fortunate enough to get a little bit of product ahead of time. That was, what, 11.5 minutes? That's the densest review we've done by far. We usually try to keep them bite-sized, but there was so much to talk about, you just couldn't. And we're grateful to be in that position. And, you know, that's one of those things, again, where you put the sort of time and effort into an endeavor like this, and I, you know, oh, whale! That's a whale of a tale. Don't crash onto me. I tell this to, you know, Riot, we say it all the time, it's a spare time endeavor for all of us. Hypocritic is not our day jobs by any stretch of the imagination, and unless it starts paying us like outrageous amounts of money, it's probably not gonna be. So we, you know, produce the content we can in the time we have, but that means you kind of got to focus a little bit on, you know, some of the things that are most accessible and productive and noteworthy for you. In a lot of ways, that is Riftbound and a lot of the Riot stuff now, because of how we've been able to sort of integrate into that community, and it's awesome to be in that space. And then we love doing the indie stuff too. And I think that combination of indie games, convention and live event coverage, and Riot stuff, right now Riftbound, but with more to come, is just so much fun. And it really seems to be clicking a little bit. So, you know, with partner status and all of these different, something's under me. I don't like it, 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 I don't like it. Do they just slow me down, or keep your haste burn meter above 50%? Well, that's great. They do. So they just dramatically slow you down. What have we here? Ancient ruins. That's comforting. In the dim light of the cave, you can make out some paintings on both walls. These paintings depict the birth of a civilization. A great beacon of light is shown repelling a tentacled figure emerging from the sea. Well, we know all about that one. All of a sudden. These paintings depict the fall of a civilization. A volcanic eruption tears through a tall lighthouse. Monstrous shapes devour people as buildings turn to ruin. Yay. Ancient lighthouse. You climb the many steps leading up to the ancient lighthouse. At its base is a solid stone door. You can't see a handle, but there's a large socket carved into the face of the door. So I don't have my storage here, but ideally I would bring something there that would open that. That would make sense. Let's rest here. But yeah, it's been an interesting run. So again, that's sort of our focus, and it has been. We drive at the Riot stuff, we drive at the indie stuff, we drive at live event stuff, whether that's PAX, whether that's something like Gen Con, which we may be attending this year in the summer, whether that's, you know, something additional like a stretch goal like MagFest, or more tournaments like Riftbound, and maybe stuff about TFT. You stay open to opportunities, you dedicate the time and the energy that you have, you focus your energy on stuff that you find interesting, and inevitably, hopefully, other people will find it interesting too, and that's kind of what's propelled us these past few years. As we make a more kind of legitimate run and go of it, it's a pretty good deal. And we're happy to be here. We're just, again, always eternally grateful to every single person who's along for the ride with us in any capacity. you know, whether you routinely donate and comment on every video we make, or whether you pop in every couple of months just to see what's up because we posted something that tickles your fancy, no matter what, we're just grateful that you're here. We really need those explosives, huh? Is this another thing? A stone shrine, an upright slab bears a carving, 2 malformed fish writhing under the sun. The lower slab holds 2 shallow grooves. So do we just put the deformed fish in there? Any fish will do? Why are we in the sunken Acropolis? Did I hold too close to the sun? That's some refined metal, but it doesn't matter. we dead. We've been dying a lot tonight, haven't we? Love me, pals. We love our pals. Hard work pays off. It's a lot of work, though. I will admit, this has basically turned into almost my second full-time focus, because the content that we do and the amount that we do of it consumes a lot of my time, and I'm the vast majority of the content, and Teresa and Justin, you know, obviously pitch in where they can. But here's an example. I mean, most of our reviews, the, you know, normal 16:9 video reviews of things, even though they're like 5 to 7 minutes, a lot of the time they can take, you know, upwards of 8 to 10 hours or more. If we're playing through an entire game, if we're having separate recording sessions to get footage of them, if we're editing, if we're going through various iterations on something, there's a lot that goes into those videos. And, you know, sometimes they really hit and sometimes they don't. So you just do what you can. Armored sea robin. Sure. And so, you know, that's why very intentionally a lot of the content that we produce is geared such that it is feasible for me to get it done in a you know, doable amount of time. So if I had endless time to edit something, maybe we would produce, you know, 10, 20, 30-minute videos more regularly, and that would be good. I think there's value to the bite-sized stuff, even outside of time and bandwidth limitations. And I think, you know, getting straight to the point, just giving you the information you need and none of the information you don't is useful. And we're all about kind of efficiency, because we're sort of the same way, right? Like, we prefer a sextant measures angles. I personally don't like, you know, content that beats around the bush. It's obviously stretched to a certain time to maximize ad revenue. It, you know, dances around certain points, is filtered in its opinion. I think there is still a lot of value in being able to come in and just provide your honest, quick thoughts on something. Get in and get out, you know, 5-7 minutes in a YouTube short summarizing some key point. I'm gonna get eaten alive, aren't I? Stone tablet. That's not creepy at all. God damn it. Not pleasant. We prefer a what? I don't even know. What did I say? What do we prefer? Phrasing? Did I do a phrasing and not think about it? It's very possible. A man meets you as you dock, bracing himself against the wind and spree. A fanatic. All right. I'm listening. Your trial begins immediately. What does your spirit seek? Seeks happiness, of course. Merely an excuse to halt the search for something greater. Happiness is by definition a compromise. And your flesh, what does it crave? Oh, the sting of the salt. Pain is a trick of the flesh. Do not surrender to it. Finally, what does the world deserve? Everything? The Bond game? We deserve everything or nothing? Nothing. And yet it takes endlessly, harvesting, draining, but soon it will know it has taken to... Oh. Act as herald of the purge? The nearby spires blaze with eternal fire, yet the stone hearts of these 3 idols lie barren and void. I think we've seen these before. Retrieve 3 fathomless flames from the crags behind us and ignite the crucibles. Visit the shrines of the deep. They will offer further guidance, and I must provide no more. That was creepy. We gotta rest anyway, because the boat's gotten beaten up. Not gonna lie, watching your content has inspired me to start streaming again in my spare time. Yay! It's fun making content. Yes, it is, and we wouldn't do this if it wasn't fun and we didn't get genuine enjoyment out of it, because it is a lot of work. It's a lot of money, candidly. It's a lot of time. So, I mean, you know, a PAX trip generally is probably, you know, depending on which show it is, can be close to $1,000 or more individually, like for each of us, if we're going. Now, I mean, we would go anyway. And whether or not we had the channel, whether or not, you know, we were engaged with the industry in any capacity, we would still be there. You know, this helps offset a little bit of that, but it's these, you know, shows are expensive. Life is expensive. You gotta spend the money to get around and do it. So we do treat it in that sort of hobby space where it's not intentionally a moneymaker for us. Maybe that changes someday as we keep at it and the content and the viewership continues to grow. So we are still very, very thankful for you all, by the way, because that is, I mean, I would not have thought that we would get over 1,000 subs ever. And as we sit here today, we're closing in on 1,400. So that is wonderful. And hopefully that means we're producing content and focusing on things that resonate with you all to some degree as well. I know not everyone is into the Riftbound stuff or the Riot things. I know not everyone, you know, may particularly love indie titles, and you want us to focus on one particular genre or another, and that's all totally fair. Castaway, I'm saved. What happened? Oh man, I'm sleepy. Can you get me to Little Marrow? Yes. We're putting them into the cargo hold. That's great. All right, so we got to go to Little Marrow. Oh well, we're going back that way anyway. Okay. But yeah, I mean, hopefully, again, that means that we're resonating with some people. I know for the Riftbound stuff, that certainly has resonated through that community, which is nuts. Just like the show floor walkthrough and just narrating what the regional's experience is like. Almost 10,000 views. It's amazing. So, again, hopefully we're doing some kind of service across all of these different pursuits that we have. Hopefully you're enjoying it, because it's not stopping anytime soon. That's my thought on it. A signet ring. A ship's wheel sigil is emblazoned proudly on this ring. Such a symbol is sure to bring good luck to any captain that holds it. And he's gone. Gone forever. Alas. Alright, well, we're back at the lighthouse. That's good. We gotta repair ourselves anyway. So yeah, PAX will be fun this year, as it is every damn year. We're excuse me. I'm excited for a few reasons. We have had a couple of games and companies come our way that seem really interesting, and are a couple of things that I've really wanted to get my hands on and learn more about, so I'm eager to do that. So you'll be seeing some of that content come through. Again, we'll be leaning more into that kind of slice of life stuff, and the show floor walkthroughs are going to be great, and we'll be doing all these things. Nintendo is back for the first time in 3 years, I believe. So let me see if they've announced any of what they're going to be bringing yet. Usually that starts trickling out around now. Yeah, this was actually announced 10 hours ago. Okay, so that's this is on Nintendo's website. Let's read, if you'll bear with me here. So here's what they've got. From March 26th to the 29th, Nintendo is bringing some of the latest Nintendo Switch 2 game experiences to the convention center. Celebrate the launch of the This is a mouthful. Celebrate the launch of the Super Mario Bros. Wonder Nintendo Switch 2 Edition Plus Meetup in Bella Bell Park game by trying it in person, and enjoy some cozy time with Pokemon friends in the Pokemon Pokopia game. Plus, attendees can try the upcoming Pokemon Champions game and enjoy exciting Pokemon battles for the Nintendo Switch system. Pokemon Champions coming in 2026. That's cool. Might have to give a little focus on that. That's interesting. So yeah, it looks like that's the big thrust of it. 3 games. So Mario Bros. Wonder Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Get your hands on multiplayer co-op and competitive challenges in Bella Bell Park. Available March 26th. So it'll be released by the time PAX East begins. Pokopia is already out. But for those who haven't, maybe been convinced to spend $70 on it, that might be an interesting stop. And then Pokemon Champions is a new battle-focused game for the Nintendo Switch, where players engage in single and double battles using familiar gameplay mechanics from previous Pokemon series games. Challenge opponents from around the world in ranked battles or casual battles, or host private ones with friends and family. Compatible with Pokemon Home. Interesting. And then there's some unique goodies on site as well. All right, so that's 98% schedule complete. Okay, so that we haven't even dug into like panels and things, so that'll be fun. Tournaments and such. I haven't even thought about that. You want to look at tournaments here quickly? Do we have to stun on these hoes in cart? There's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tournaments on Friday and Saturday, and there's a world tournament on Sunday. Well, maybe we'll be stunting. I'm not sure. Our schedule is already getting pretty dense, so we got to be careful. I'd almost considered, and at some point maybe we have to like start splitting up into like 2 separate teams where I and either Teresa or Justin are off doing one thing, and then the rest of them are off doing something else. We got a lot of ground to cover. All right, so where are we here? Let's do a little more fishing. I want to try to get some goodies. Maybe we'll hit $1,000 if we're lucky. So yeah, East is going to be a lot of fun. There are a couple of games that I don't know that we can talk about seeing yet, but there's, as usual, a lot of stuff on our radar. And at that point, the challenge sort of becomes, what do you focus on, right? 8 me Mario Kart World. Oh, wait, what'd you say? Love me show walkthrough, love me Nintendo's 8 me Mario Kart World, though. Well, we may have a love-hate relationship with Mario Kart World until the day it's over. I don't know. Lumpy mackerel. A writhing mass of lumps twisting and pulling their way under the scales of the vessel. How long can it have lived like this? It all sounds so sad. It's definitely kind of one of those downtrodden games. And obviously you feel that vibe. All the music is kind of glum and melancholy. Very intentionally so. But it's such a unique and kind of captivating gameplay loop, too. You do just kind of end up vibing with it after a while. Not everything has to be like a fun, feel-good, cozy experience, right? And we, even had that with something like Winnie's Hole, where, yeah, it's really uncomfy to play, and that's on purpose. And It may not be for everyone, but people who do vibe with this concept are probably gonna have a good time with it. Squid! Squid! So right, for us, you know, like I said, it kind of becomes that question of, well, what are we focusing on? And why? I think I have crab pot. Can't do the crab pot at the moment. Love when me light goes out. All right. Ooh, worth a fair bit. We're almost over $1,000. That's nice. We'll snooze on that. Winnie's hole still messes my day up. Phrasing is crazy. It is, and it's obviously very intentional. You know, you look at what the developers have put out there about it, and that's a very obvious and intentional tactic on their part, which, you know, I can't fault them for. You got to make your stuff stand out any way you can, right? I think we'll do one more day here before we call it a stream. Like I said, unfortunately, it's probably got to be a little slower or a shorter one today, but I wanted to make sure we got in and got a stream this week. The Riftbound reveal that we did for Moonfall, thank you Riot, it did take up most of our week and just sort of locking that into place and getting that out there, and it did reasonably well. The issue you have with reveals like that sometimes is fan sites and Riot themselves will pick up and sort of distribute just the card, which is what people are kind of looking for anyway. So you may not necessarily get a ton of traffic, but how you reveal that and, you know, the fact that you get eyes on it at all is, I think, kind of what matters. So that was great, and I think hopefully, you know, we stay in the loop on that, and there will be more to come. You know, in future sets, fingers crossed. So it was just nice to be brought in on the preview season loop for Unleashed anyway, and that was really fun, and we were grateful for that. Should I have just sold or repaired the other crab pot? I don't really know. But here we are. Crab pot deployed. Just the way we like it. So what do I need for these? Some different hooks, some different rods for cods. Hashtag. Still not a tiger mackerel somehow. Unsure how to find. Should consult internet. Have not. So we need an oceanic rod. Is that what I'm gathering here? A bolt of cloth. Why not? Oh, I see what you did there. Oh, every so often we get clever with it. It's a very nimble boat. Ever think about just how nimble this thing really is? Turning on a dime, stopping to dock itself so easily. Selling me fish. Again, maybe we'll scour around for a couple deformities and see what we can find. Woo! What's over here? Nothing. It's a big old box of lies. Just lumber. Oh, I look like some kind of lumberjack. Pepperjack. Cheese. You're something. Tusked grouper. Pig-like tusks protrude from the mouth of this ravenous brute. With no eyes to speak of, it attacks indiscriminately. That's unfortunate. Normal grouper versus tusked grouper. That's the key differential there. We're gonna get weird eel. If I can ever reel it in. Barbed eel. We've seen that one before, I think. A spine broken with sharp angles and crooked curves. A row of teeth bent on revenge. Who's writing this stuff? Full Metal's playing Marathon. We knew this. Average Susquehanna fishbowl. Yeah. Where's the lie, though? All right, we're getting a little spooked here. I lost me grouper. Not the tusked grouper we didn't lose. Right? Oh, yeah, okay, well, if it's gonna happen anywhere, that was a good place to get damaged. And we're over $1,000. Look at that, folks. We did it. Okay. Great job. Great job, y'all. That went really well. All right, so I think we're going to have to call it there for the night, unfortunately. But again, we're going to do one more round of updates, just in case you missed anything before, and kind of bring you up to speed on where we're going for the next couple of weeks. So, hopefully starting tomorrow, we are rolling out a brand new series here, and I'm gonna turn on some happier music, so it doesn't sound like I'm morosely describing the fate of this channel. So let's that's better. All right, so what do we got coming up? Like I said, new series here on Hypocritic GG, Indie Focus, a new YouTube Shorts series to be specific, about cool indie games that we find interesting and we think you should know about too. Recently released ones, ones that are just coming out, ones that are soon to be released in the future. Gives us some diversity in the Shorts content that we produce and gives us more of a chance to spotlight cool indie games. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you will give those a watch. Again, the first one should hopefully be out as soon as tomorrow. We will ideally have one more proper review for you. It's a retro review before PAX East, and it is one you are absolutely not expecting because it is a really, really, really deep cut in a mega popular franchise, and that's all I'm giving you. Hopefully early next week we can have something cooked up there. And then we'll have one more stream before PAX as well, so probably on Tuesday. And then we're off and running, because Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening comes around, we are shipping up to Boston for PAX East 2026. No Road 2 this time around, but I think we're doing okay. So we'll have all of our usual fun stuff. We will have Riftbound content out the wazoo, which will be great. We'll have our usual slate of developer interviews and game previews from the show floor all weekend long. We will have our show floor and expo hall walkthrough, as well as a sort of slice of life walkthrough experience for the rest of PAX East, the panel rooms, the arcade, the Jackbox stage, the tournament areas, all of that, just as we've done for previous years, but in the sort of pre-recorded narrated version that we've been doing for the Riftbound regionals and for most recently PAX Unplugged, which I think seemed to work just about as well as anything else. So if those are long enough, we'll even pre-record them and stream them live to talk through all of it with you. So we'll see, but it's going to be a very busy PAX, as it always is. We may well be participating in the LandFest charity stream zone as well, and that, you know, tends to land earlier in the weekend, but we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, well, I hope you enjoyed this second episode of Dredge. And it got a little spookier, and we had a proper scare or two, and that's going to happen from time to time, isn't it? All right, we got more content coming up for you next week, and then obviously so much for PAX. Until then, stay fresh, cheese bags. This has been Hypocritic GG, streaming live on Twitch and YouTube. I'm Lou from Comedy Cheat Speak. That was more Dredge, and we will catch you back here real soon, like the soon as tomorrow. Indie Focus. Wow. That's all I got. Bye-bye.